More on his company's Mexican play amid these broader concerns about corporate governance. We're joined now by Aurora CEO Terry Booth. Thanks for joining us, Terry.
Thanks for having me.
I want to start with the Mexican deal. Obviously, this is a big opportunity in a big market. As I understand it right now, we're talking about a medical marijuana play. Hopes with the new government that this becomes a recreational market soon?
No, not necessarily in front of Mexico right now for adult usage. We're a medical cannabis company. Having this first mover advantage in Mexico as a medical cannabis company will suit us just fine for now.
Now, when we saw this deal, obviously we knew that there was a lot of drama in the marijuana sector last week. It wasn't about your company. It was about Aphria and some of their Latin American purchases, a short seller calling them out. Does that put even more weight on your shoulders, I guess, to show the market that you're doing everything above board, your corporate governance is in place, and these deals are sound?
Absolutely. 100%. We have to make sure that we vet deals properly. We make sure that the proper governance leading up to the deal, make sure the investigations are done with respect to the people who own these companies. And that's part of our due diligence regular course. We've acquired over 40 companies now, and you can check them out. We don't have any issues with governance in those plays.
Did it give you concern last week in terms of what you saw, the short seller and the accusations made against Aphria, one of your competitors? Did you have your people say, can you go back through our book and just make sure, again, that everything is above board and cool?
We haven't done that yet. We don't see the need to do that. I guess it's probably something that we may take a look at. I don't want to comment on what's going on over at Aphria, but yeah, we are very careful with respect to our acquisitions. Our team of senior management, myself, and the board are not suspected to have been involved in any acquisition of shares before we enter into acquisitions of companies.
Now, this would be a key point, the corporate governance issues. We had Bruce Linton, another one of your competitors, on.
Oops, sorry, that I messed up there. But that was a low blow to Aphria. Like, that was very low. I just gotta say that. Like, there's corruption going on in Aphria, that's for sure. And I don't know. And the stock's going up, so insiders, maybe, no idea. But it's interesting because I want to see how this story develops. Let's continue with the video.
The network today, and he was saying he thinks 2019 is going to be a big year for institutional money to put money to work in the cannabis space. But of course, corporate governance will be front and center. Are you hoping to chase some of that money as well?
Institutional money is important in this space. You're seeing the U.S. institutions come to the table quite a bit, and we don't want to be scaring away those institutions by not having proper governance. We're on the New York Stock Exchange now as well, and that demands in itself a good corporate governance, and we're on track to be continued with our good governance.
Another one of the big themes that a lot of people who follow the marijuana space are thinking could come to play in 2019 would be further deals with companies that aren't in cannabis. We're hearing about tobacco deals, but of course, food and beverage. People are thinking big things there. We had a story in September of B&M Bloomberg about the fact that you were in talks with Coca-Cola. Are those talks ongoing?
I can't comment on any talks that are ongoing. This Mexican deal, though, really excites us. There's 130 million people in Mexico. It's a exclusive contract as it sits right now to supply THC for the very first time into Mexico. CBD has been there for some time, but now that we're able to bring our medical derivatives into a Mexican medical cannabis market,
See how he deferred the Coke deal real quick? He's like, oh, I can't comment on anything that has to deal with, I can't, so, no, if they're talking to someone and they're not talking to someone, they can't disclose anything because, it's the way they have to operate. But my gut feeling saying that they're talking to Coke and they are just waiting to announce it. They're waiting for the right moment to announce it. This is just my opinion. We'll see what happens. But very exciting times for next year for Aurora. I don't think this is gonna end. We're not even at the revenue numbers yet, guys, and the stock is like still kind of a discount. So let's just continue.
Like I say, it's the largest opportunity in any single country that's been out there in the space to date.
I understand you couldn't talk about anything that perhaps behind closed doors happening with anyone, but in terms of the opportunity itself to have CBD infused beverages, is this the place you'd like to see Aurora be a leader in when the time comes?
Sure, we want to be a leader in any of the spaces. If you look at this space, it's quite incredible. We've got large pharma, a large tobacco, a large alcohol, a large beverage, a large snack. There's not another product I can think of that hits each of those spaces. So it's exciting. We're a medical cannabis company first. We feel that those roads in these countries will lead to proper channels if they do go adult usage and have those types of products that you speak of.
Now I'm told that when it comes to a CBD infused beverage that it just in a raw form, it doesn't taste great. Is this one of the nuts to crack as well heading into 2019 to make a CBD infused beverage that actually tastes pleasant?
That's actually false.
Really?
If the CBD is an isolate, there's no taste. If there's guys out there or companies out there making CBD infused drinks that you can actually taste the CBD, then they didn't take the active ingredient down to an isolate.
Oh, very interesting. I didn't know that. Wanted to talk to you about the U.S. market as well, because obviously that one is fraught, and you're talking about the listing in New York. At the state level, it's cool. At the federal level, it is not. Are you seeing any movement, do you think, in the United States when it comes to their treatment of marijuana?
Absolutely. There's a new state every 6 months considering adult usage and or medical. I think in 31 states now you can use cannabis in one form or another. It's only a matter of time before the states enter into this space. I think they'll do it medically first, international or national-wise, and then they'll leave the adult usage at the state level. But it is time that these companies are able to bank and able to deduct their expenses of business at a federal level. And it's just around the corner, I believe.
Now, a year from now, if you and I are having a conversation, which I hope we are, and we look back at 2019, what would you think the big story for Aurora will be in 2019?
I think we'll maintain our leadership in the world space. I think we'll have a lot more countries on board with Aurora. We're becoming the international partner of choice, without a doubt. The EU, it's going to be tremendous demand for cannabis on the globe. So we've got to get producing, and we've got to execute, and we've got to support our valuations with our revenues. That's it in a nutshell.
Like, if we weren't in a bear market, Aurora stock would be a lot higher. So now I'm going to disclose how many shares I have. I have an call option for Aurora, and I'm down 420. Coincidence? Maybe. I don't get it. Like, I kind of get it now. But it still kind of makes no sense to me. But, hopefully tomorrow we have a really nice green day and I can see a positive on this. Hopefully, I'm crossing my fingers. We'll see what happens. These are my shares. If you add up the total, it's slightly over 100,000. 20 plus 44 plus 34 plus 4. 102,000 shares. I used to have 162. I'm probably not going to buy more unless it was like maybe long-term options. So I'm gonna attempt to do a long-term options if I see a correction in Aurora stock and it goes back to $7. But I'm probably not gonna sell these stock anymore. I'm not gonna sell a single stock. I'm gonna keep 102. I don't care if. Sorry, I sneezed. I should have remade this video, but too late. I apologize for sneezing. Anyways, I'm not planning to sell any of my shares. I don't care if it goes back to $7. I'm not selling any of my shares because I think the stock is going to $14-15 probably by the springtime of 2019 or till around the earnings of the earnings report. So I'm just gonna hold, and I'll play options. So if I think the stock price is gonna go down, I'll do a put option, and I'll do a long-term option, and I'll just do like options for Aurora. So I might not announce my options, well, what I do for options for Aurora, unfortunately, because I learned that options is gambling. You're basically gambling against another person that you're gonna beat them. Essentially, that's how it kind of works, according to the BMO guy. So, or the guy I talked to. So he says it's basically gambling. Like unfortunately, like when somebody makes a call option, somebody on the opposite end has to make a put option, and you're kind of just betting your money against the other person. So, I mean, it's more complicated than that, but essentially that's how it kind of works. So I can't announce any kind of option trades I make for Aurora, unfortunately. So in my membership group, I'm not going to be announcing any option calls because I don't want people to know what kind of options I'm making. Because if too many people make call options, then there's nobody on the opposite end. So I can't announce it. I apologize. So after hours, Aurora is up 13 cents. So it's looking like a nice day for me tomorrow. If this can hold and go up 5% tomorrow, I would be in the green and then I can sell off those options, hopefully, because I don't know exactly. I'm still at a loss. I should be at a positive, but I'm at a loss. But I'm a noob. I'm a nub. I'm losing big time on Microsoft. I could have ran away with $3,000 of profit or $2,000 of profit, but I didn't sell. I sold my short position. I didn't sell my put option. I should have sold my put option, grabbed the money, and then leave my short option. But I didn't, and now I'm kind of effed. So, yeah. Anyways, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video and maybe learned something. Subscribe for future updates and have a great day. Bye.